Good morning, day 16, packaging and index card book. So I found these old set of index cards at the thrift store, so I'm going to use one of them just as my cover. I'm not sure I'll use a backing one because I think it will be too bulky in the book, but I'll see. Alright. And then what I did was I've got some bubble wrap which I might use to do some stenciling with. I cut up an old shopping bag which I thought would be good. I can cover the book with that. And then I've got these pieces here which I've kind of roughly made the same size, and we'll make them into the insides of the book. And they're quite interesting because they've got all the markings from the paper bag, the shopping bag, over them. So that will be my book insert, and I'll probably sew that in with a pamphlet stitch. Made a little tuck there. But yeah, it's got interesting markings all over it, so that'll be good. Okay, so before I stick this to the index card, what I think I might do is grunge it up a bit, because it looks, even though it's recycled, it still looks too new, and we want to get a bit of something happening to the front cover. So screw it up. And what we might do is get our bubble wrap and add a bit of paint. Get my brush, maybe some brown, get that activated. So all you do is just paint it onto whatever you're using as your stencil. Today it's bubble wrap. Think. Yep, that's good. Let's do a different colour now. Didn't dry very dark. I can see where it's picked up the lines of where I screwed it up, but it's not real clear. So I'm going to use some of my olive green Stays On ink and go back over it again. That's more what I'm looking for. Look at that. So what it's doing, it's picking up where I've screwed the paper, which is really good. Yep, that's good. Alright, that's more grunged up. Alright, so let's see now if I add my index card, what that will look like on my front cover. Yeah, that's going to be better. Look at that. That's going to be good. I'm going to use the natural fold here on the bag to go over the index card, like that. Where I cut it, it was only just going to reach just there, so that's where I'm going to use, that's what part I'm going to use to stick it down. Fold it over. Because it's where it's the natural line, I think it will sit better too on the card, so that'll be good. Alright, I'll carry on and get that done, and I'll be back to show you what's next. That's my front cover done, raw on the back, which I like. Looks quite cool, and I decided I do need a back cover, so I'm just going to cover that now. Doesn't quite fit, but that's fine. And there we have it. One back cover. Actually, I might use that to join the covers together. Right, let me see how that works. Give me a little tiny bit of spine, because I don't need much. So that's what I might do now, is use that actual part of the bag to have as my spine. Yeah, so I'm just going to let that dry, sit it flat, very grungy looking. Let that dry. Now I'm going to work on the pages. If you've never seen Louisa's video on how she grunges up the edges of her pages, you've got to go and watch it because it's hilarious. Grunges up the edge of the pages like this. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And put some ink on them. Let's ink them up and see what we end up with. So I'm going to need my drop sheet again, because it'll end up a right mess otherwise. And my water spray bottle, some ink. That video, Louisa did all of them at the same time. Yep. Liking that. Okay, so what she did was sprayed it into the sides of her pages like this. And then she used the water and let it run wherever it wanted to run. Use that's there as well. Use up all of that. See what's happening? You're getting all the different colours coming. Adds to the grunginess of it. We'll use up everything there. Let's add a bit of the green stain that we've got on the cover as well. Good. Alright. Let's do a little bit more down here. See if we can get some of that stain to run as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it to dry, and we'll maybe do a little bit more colour on here. Yeah, definitely needs something, doesn't it? So to line that cover, what I thought I might do is just use the undersheet that I was using. I've screwed it up, and I'm just going over it with the ink. And then what I'll do is I'll just bring my cover over, and I'll just cover it over with that. Alright, I'm going to go and stick this outside to dry, and then finish up that book. And there they all are, in a good old bin, drying outside in the nice sunshine. Okay, I've pre-glued, save you the hassle of watching me glue again. And this dried in no time outside, it's really, really hot. Okay, so I'm just going to stick it on there. And let's see how it looks. So after I started cutting, I thought, no, what I'll do is I'll rip it. I think it'll give a rougher edge, and I think that will look better. Yeah, that looks good. That's my cover, all done. Lined. And that's the back. So now I'm going to go outside and get my dried pages and put them together with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay. Can't remember which way around. I think it's that way. I think that's the front. Yep. All done. 3-hole pamphlet stitch on the side there. Open it up. I don't know if you can see the colours that I managed to get, but man, they're really nice. So I'll just do a quick flick through. Recycled packaging. And all the colours on the side have turned out really well. That's the middle. It's even got a bit of gold in it there. Don't even know where that came from. The little tuck spot, more gold. Never has a shopping bag looked so good. And that's there. So now to hold it in, I was thinking of making a sort of a grungy pocket from a recycled envelope that I received from the UK, like that. So I'm going to stick that on the side, and then our little book with our index card cover will go in there. So there you go, I put that in, and I made it so that it can sort of pull out, because this book is quite chunky. Because there's stamps here, I added a few stamps on the front just to add a bit of interest, and use my postal stamp marker, and that will just tuck into there like that, just to hold it in place, and that will sit like that. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.